Good morning guys, I hope we are well. In this lesson we're going to be working on calculating percentage increase and decreases with and without a calculator. So most of this lesson is going to be you practicing independently, but I'm going to begin with two examples just to get you started. Okay, so in my two examples I'm going to do one without a calculator and one with a calculator. In your classwork today, pay attention to the calculator and non-calculator symbols because you're going to have to adjust your method depending on if you're allowed a calculator or not. Okay, so let's begin with a non-calculator question. In this question, there are 20% more boys than girls in a class, and we know that there are 15 boys. Our original amount, so the amount that we're starting with, to the 15 boys, we're going to call 100%. If we know there are 20% more girls than boys, we need to find 20% of this amount. What calculation takes me from 100% to 20%? Well, if I divide both amounts by 5, so divide both sides by 5, that tells me that 20% is 3 people. So we were told there are 20% more girls, and we know that 20% now represents 3 people, so this means there are 3 more girls. So altogether there are 18 girls in the class because there are 3 more girls than boys, and there are 15 boys. 15 add 3 gives me 18. Okay, so trying a calculator question now. If I am allowed to use a calculator, it's much quicker to use the multiplier method that we looked at. Okay, so there are 35% more girls than boys in a year group, and there are 80 boys. How many girls are there in this year group? Well, let's begin with a diagram. Let's say the amount of boys is called 100%. So the amount that we're starting off with, we're going to call 100%. But we're increasing this by 35%. So what percentage do I have altogether? Well, 100% add 35% gives me 135%. So this question is effectively saying, what is 135% of 80? Well, thinking what decimal multiplier I'm going to use, well, to get from 135% to a decimal, I divide this number by 100. So my decimal multiplier is 1.35. So I'm doing 1.35 times by 80. Type that into my calculator to get 108. Therefore, this means that there are 108 girls in the year group. Okay, so for your classwork today, they are not attachments, so you don't download it. You need to find the links in the post that I've posted for you on Google Classroom. So find the links. The first link is your questions, and the second link is your answers. Please just spend 1 hour on these questions. You don't need to finish them all, and you also do not need to do them in order. So if you want to start further down in the worksheet, if you want something a little bit more challenging, that's absolutely fine. So please let me know if you need any help, and I'm just a message away on Google Classroom. Thank you very much, guys.